Okay, I'm going to start a new series where basically, whenever there's a new update to Fistful of Frags, I'm going to go over the update and do sort of a summary and basically give my thoughts on it and sum up the update. And obviously, this isn't going to be a very often seen series, I would say, because there is no update schedule for the game whatsoever. The developer updates it right here, Rebel Y. He updates it whenever he wants. He does not care about the community whatsoever. Pretty much, I would say. It's pretty easy to assume that. But whenever there is an update, which is very rare, I'll do a video on it. And here's the first one. So, within literally almost to the exact day, 4 months from August to December 2020, these three things right here is all the developer got done for the game. This is it. Just this little paragraph. That's all he got done. Starting out, the first of the three things in 4 months. God, that's pathetic. But the first thing, FOF Tortuga, that's a map that he added, like, I think it was in the summer of 2020 he added that map to the game. It was designed by somebody else, I'm pretty sure. But he added the map, and I would just say right now, it has to be the worst, the most terrible map I've ever played in this game. In Fistful. The map is terrible. It sucks. At the start of it, I'll give you kind of a brief background of what he's done to the map. At the start, it was way too big, way too hard to find people. It didn't flow very well. So what he did is he chopped off a big section of the map. He cut off maybe a third of it. Still way too big. Still didn't flow very well. And then there's a sniper, like what it says down here, for the August 9th update. It mentions the sniper nest, and to help flank the sniper nest, and there's a spot on that map that's really high up, a couple of them actually, I would say, but he's talking about one, that you can snipe from, and basically after that, after he cut down the size, it was nerfing the sniper nest. Nerf, 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 nerf. So it's like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, so there's a spot on this map where you can snipe, but he's nerfing the hell out of it, so why, if I'm gonna die so quick, why should I even snipe in the first place? He ruins the purpose of it pretty much. But this is what he did to it this time to try and fix the map even further. He overhauled it visually, and I looked on the map a little bit too. What he did was he like changed the textures, like what it says here, texture variation and fitting. He made like some of the walkways and stuff in the ground. It was like before it was stone. He changed it to wood, and I'm thinking to myself again, what was the point of that? What is the point of changing the floor from stone to wood? Like, how does that benefit the game? He's wasting his time on changing textures. Like, what the hell? When you could be fixing what needs to be fixed. Performance improvements. When I was on the map, I noticed no difference, so I'm not really sure what this is right here. Smaller player area. So he shrunk the map again for the second time. And I think it's still a little bit too big. It flows like crap. The flow of the map, there's way too many hallways, too many rooms. The flow is terrible. That's what I said. It's the worst map in the game. Navigation tweaks, more cover, key areas, whatever he thinks is a key area. How about you nerf the sniper nest again? Nerf it again. He moved the crates, and he fixed a spawn point. Okay, so that I don't know why the map was added. Still, to this day, I don't know. The map's terrible. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, and he obviously isn't one. The vote kicking system. Before this update, it was completely broken. This has fixed it a little bit, I would say, but it still is kind of busted. Now it's not limited to a player's Steam level. Before, I thought it was limited because when you went in the vote kick menu, say if a server had 20 people in it, you might be able to only vote kick maybe 5. So I thought it was limited by, you know, I heard a rumor that it was if the person's Steam account wasn't verified, or if they didn't have any like funds in their Steam account, they couldn't be kicked. But I guess it was due to a player's level on Steam. I had no idea. But apparently it's not limited to that now. And all players, this is kind of something. It tells you that, I don't know what you would call it, the sort of hierarchy or the class system in Fistful right here. All players except those having a developer or contributor badge can be vote kicked. So apparently, if you have allegedly contributed or have been a developer to the game, you are immune. Isn't that something? That kind of reminds me of a dictatorship, but anyway. The amount of votes needed to get kicked may be higher depending on certain factors. I think it's kind of funny here how he like he misspelled hammerless. He also I don't know if he just if that was a mistype or a typo, but I think it's funny how he says it might depend on certain factors, but he doesn't actually say what factors it might depend on. Like it's a secret. And then kick player's ID will be logged. I thought it was always logged, but I guess that's something new. And then again, in summary, the vote kicking system, this fixed it a little bit, but it fixed it in terms of having all people on the server. I'm pretty sure all of them. I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure all of them now can be kicked. It fixed it in terms of letting everybody in the server be kicked, but it doesn't fix it in terms of the amount of votes needed to get rid of somebody. Like, for example, in a server, say you're in a server, there's 10 people in it, and you try kicking somebody. In order to kick that person, you need 5 to 7 votes. And the chances of getting 7 votes to kick somebody in a server it's so minimal, you might as well not even waste your time. It's like that's an issue that should be fixed still. But that's a welcome change, I guess. I have a hard time saying that, but I guess it is. And finally, the last change that he got done in 4 months is the hammerless was nerfed. I saw some people complaining on the forums that, it's like a killing machine. To be honest, I really don't mind it. Uh, I much preferred the gun when it was just by itself. In case you don't know, the hammerless now, it's dual. You have to have a dual hammerless if you want to use it. It's not single anymore. When the hammerless was single, I did use it. It was a fun gun. It was you choose a hammerless. Maybe I would choose a derringer for secondary, but hammerless and then a bunch of secondary perks, and I was set. And I'd win matches with that. I would get in first place, maybe top 5, top 6. But he changed it to be dual for some reason. It used to cost 2 stars, now it costs 5 in the dual mode. And he also nerfed the damage. I don't use the gun. Some people do. The people that do, you can tell pretty much that they're just they like to spam, pretty much. The strategy with that gun now has turned into, okay, I see somebody at point blank range, I'm going to sit here and crouch, and then I'm going to spam my mouse and try to hit them. That's basically what it is. It's just spam your mouse and hit somebody, because the fire rate is fast. But anyway, it got nerfed in notoriety. It don't really. I don't even have much to say because I don't use the gun anymore. If I still use the gun and if it was still in its single form, that would piss me off. But I don't use it. It's just it don't affect me pretty much. But like I said, there's 2 spell. This really shows you how professional this is. There's 2 spelling errors in the freaking 1 paragraph update notes. It's pathetic. But anyway, there's your Fistful of Frags update notes for December 8th, 2020. Kind of makes me wonder how long it will be before we get another update, because this was a 4-month gap between these two. So how long is it going to be next time? 8 months?